Hello, witches.
Hi, witches.
Oh boy, this is gonna be an interesting meeting.
It really is.
We have the horror. All right, we're doing something like we have never done before.
We've never done this before, so welcome to a different view. We are actually flipped around from what you usually see. We're at my house. This is my dining room. On the other side that I'm looking at is the wall that you usually see with the wreaths and the stuff. And anyway,
the wreaths and the stuff.
This wall is the wall that we're going to talk about tonight. And this video is about witchy space in your house, witchy space,
Yes.
and how it kind of like represents who you're becoming.
Your personality.
And it represents also, your personality as a witch, your witch personality as your witch personality develops, as you develop as a witch and you like decide to claim it and start doing your space and be like, I'm going to fly my witch flag as much as I want and be who I want to be. So that's, I think, what this is really about, because this wall that you're looking at behind me, this was a gallery wall. So I had like all these pictures that I had gotten from Goodwill and wherever I could find them used. And I just had like pictures all over, like picture frames, different sizes, different things. It was cool. And it was like that for about 4 years. Now, same time, Jamie's over at her house and she's got her little space and she's been working on it and she has a lot of stuff. So it's been like, she's got piles of things and only so much on the wall, but I'm watching this thing come together and like, God, I really like what's happening here. And it just she keeps adding things. So I was like, gosh, I love this space, right? It's just feeling like so witchy. And in fact, there's some shorts on our YouTube channel where you can see the background, some of the background, a little bit of it. So
a little bit of my office,
a little bit of her office.
Several angles.
So you'll get some of that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so then the next thing that happened. So first of all, I'm watching her place come together. And then one day she sends me a link to some chairs. So I had these, like I bought this house and there was a dining room set in it. But she sends me a link to these chairs and you can't really see them in here. I wish you could and feel them.
Well, they're massive compared to you.
This is a really tall back chair, but these are purple velvet.
Very purple.
Oh my God, they're so beautiful. And I have 6 of them. What do I have? 6. I have 6 of them.
6 for
they're
her dining
so
room
beautiful.
table.
So once I got these, excuse the noise. Once I got these chairs in here, I was like, oh my gosh, now this wall definitely has to change. So,
because her contemporary little, like very neat, all of the photos were evenly spaced. It was very, it was very IKEA. It was very nice. But
listen, who took me to IKEA to start with?
I love IKEA. I love their furniture because you can move it on yourself. I was a single woman for a long time.
It's how I furnished my house when I first moved to Florida.
Yeah.
Lots of trips to IKEA.
Yeah, because it's easy.
But the chairs, when I got the purple chairs with the high backs, and I was like, these are so cool. This space needs to change. So
I want to tell them something that's for me. It's not about you. Okay.
It's not about me?
It's not about her. I want to let you guys in on something with the chairs. Do you know why I sent her the link? Because her other chairs, they hurt my bottom. They were like too hard, and we were sitting in them all the time for different meetups and meetings. We were sitting in them all the time. I was like, oh my God, you got to get new chairs. So that was why I sent her the link. Like, ooh, look at these, Mom. These look really cool, and they're beautiful. And when we saw them, we were like, oh my God, they're majestic.
They're very
got a great price on them. Also, Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. A good investment. They'll last forever. They're very well made. Yeah. But they're so pretty and rich. This rich purple.
Yeah.
So this is how it started coming together. So change the chairs. And I was like, okay, now it's time. The wall's got to change. So what we're going to talk about is how this all came together, because I had maybe a few of these things that you see up here, like that gold mirror over there. That purple wreath up there at the top over here on this side.
She made it.
The witch's broom that you see over here, I made that for our witch's ride. So I had those things. So I had a few things that could go on this wall. So I just started looking for stuff, and I went on a couple shopping trips with Jamie to like TJ Home Goods and Hobby Lobby, and looked for stuff on sale. And so that's how I ended up with the wreaths, and how I ended up with all this stuff. And what I did is I picked things that were in the same kind of color scheme, like that deep color of like we got this like purple, this really rich purple. So I tried to say in that same sort of theme with deep, rich colors. So I've got a really dark green over here that's really pretty. But here's the thing where I really needed Jamie's help, because I've been corporate for 30 years, right? So everything is neat and lined up and perfect corporate girl stuff, right? So I don't know how to be messy witch girl and sort of chaos witch girl. And I needed
eclectic. She means eclectic.
I don't really know how to do that, because I'm like, well, is it supposed to overlap? So I needed Jamie's help when it came to putting it all together. So the key to this, I feel like the key to this is to allow yourself to be messy and not to be, very symmetrical, just to not have things to be super symmetrical
or aligned. You can see how like nothing is necessarily at the same height, and that's really the beauty of it that gives it that very eclectic look, because there's small spaces of the wall in there. And I will tell you guys, like I see all this dead space here. The table is normally there with all the chairs, so that's why we moved the
table and chairs.
Yeah, so that we can walk around.
Because we have to stand for this one.
I know. Look, we have legs. Never seen that.
We're walking around because there was no way to sit down and show this to you guys.
No. So what I was telling Kat is that the way that you really get eclectic with it is you've got textures. Add a couple different textures, shapes. So I wouldn't let her get frames that were too much of the same shape. You'll notice that all the frames are different shapes. Color scheme. Now that's pretty important, because for colors, I think they really represent what we're going through or what we're doing. And Kat was looking into those deeper colors, and it's beautiful. She had inspiration pieces already. But if you're going to just start and you've got nothing, choose a color that every time you see it, you go, oh my God, I could live with that color like every single day. You know, for me, it's emerald green. I love that color. It's ridiculous. It only changed in my late 30s to 40s. I never liked emerald green before. Everything would have been blue in my house. But you choose that color that you love so much, and then you add in shades of that, you know, and then stay in the scheme of things. So if you've got, say you're more on the red, orange, yellow side, you're on the warmer colors, you know, then do flowers of that with the browns and, you know, maybe the whites. That's all on that side of the color wheel. And if you're going with Kat, it's like you've got these blues, purples, deep greens that really give that earthy, witchy vibe, you know. We were calling it cottagecore. I don't know. You know, Pinterest tells me names of things.
Well, so one thing I want you to know, the mirror there, I bought that mirror off Facebook Marketplace. And then you can see there's some floral stuff hanging down off of it. So, of course, those came from Hobby Lobby.
Michael's.
No, we didn't go to Michael's.
Oh, you're right. That was
Hobby Lobby. No, Hobby Lobby has the better deal because they always have stuff on sale. So we could find things there. And the fern wreaths are just so pretty. Now, this is something that, and here's the beauty of this. You can add things to this after you get it up on the wall, because this was from a class that we did, a live that we did where we made decorations. And so after someone was like, oh, look, I have a perfect spot for it. So once you get your stuff done, you can just, you know, once you get some of it up here, sorry, I'm talking to the wall. Once you get things up here, then you can keep adding to them. I just got some stickers. I put some little stickers on here. These were empty frames. I ordered these prints from like Amazon. They're like mushrooms. And
bring them up. No. Because listen, like I'm jealous of the pictures you have in the frames.
The frame.
We can bring these forward. Okay. I have frames. I don't have as cool pictures. And all of a sudden I show up at her house and she's outdone me. Like, look at this lady. Oh my gosh, like a pan kind of witchy goddess in the forest. What?
Amazon, like $12 for this little package.
She didn't tell me
of pictures.
Yeah.
And of course, some of this that's in here, Jamie got this moon for me, crescent moon for me. And then I put things that I already had around.
Yeah.
So let's see. So what do we want to make sure that we tell you? First of all, your inspiration. So I would say if you're going to do this, what's your inspiration piece? start with something or some things that it could be a picture. For me, it was
start with a vibe.
Yeah. So having something that's like, I want this, what I'm doing here to be in this theme of this, like mine was the purple, and the purple extended to the dark colors.
Yeah.
I also had her office, and the way she was kind of putting everything together is like, oh my God, there's so much to look at, right? I just love it.
There's not a lot of bare wall space for me.
I just love it.
That's what I wanted, though.
All the pictures that were on here that were gallery wall pictures that I had spent probably $100 on buying them at different thrift stores and stuff, I donated them all back to the thrift stores. And then I guess the other thing to know is like use what you have, because a lot of things on the shelf over there, which is behind you, honey. Step back.
Oh, sorry.
So that shelf, most of that stuff, except for the
flowers,
plants and flowers and stuff, I have crystals on there. I had all that stuff. So, you can always switch out your shelves if you do a shelf, something like that. So, yeah. So one more thing we wanted. So we're gonna take you on a little trip, because I want to show them this wall. So I'm going to show you something that I did that Jamie's super jealous about, because you guys have seen us with our flower crowns, right? And Jamie's we did a video, or we did a live on making the flower crowns.
Yeah.
But Jamie's always made flower crowns, and she had a lot of them. It just so happened that they all ended up at my house because we had done different lives here. So I want to show you what I did with them, because I needed a place to go. So hold on.
I just want to preface this. You're watching a thief in action. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to turn this, and I don't want to make anybody dizzy. Make sure I don't knock that over.
Close your eyes.
But, so you can also see, so look behind me, and you're starting to see, look at all those wreaths. Hold on a second. So sorry, not wreaths. Those are mostly all Jamie's flower crowns that I put up on my
Yeah.
And when she saw them, she's like, oh my God, I always wanted to do that. And I'm like, well, now they're at my house. So that's all part of this whole space in here. This is my dining room. So when you walk through my front door, this is what you see.
This is what you're hit with.
This is what you're hit with. And it's a total vibe. It's a total witch vibe.
There's no question a witch lives here. That's for sure.
No question. Are we in the right spot? Sorry. We're on a rolling cart here.
It's mostly
Let's
fine.
see.
Yeah,
so I talked about the inspiration, the shopping for the things. Like, start with what you have. If you have something, or if you have absolutely nothing, then go out and find something that sort of inspires you. Like Jamie said, something that you're like, my God, I love this so much, and make that kind of like the thing that you build around.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah,
it really
that is the easiest way to do it.
Find a picture, colors. It could just be one thing. And then what you do is you take that one picture, that item, and you look for all of the little colors that are in there. And then you add on items onto the wall that sort of also have that color in it. And I'm going to repeat something because I'm not sure if I said it. So it's either repeating or it's brand new knowledge. The real way to get this is you want different textures. You want different shapes. Yes. You don't necessarily have to have different shades of the color, right? We've got a lot of very dark emerald green stuff here, and there's several different purples, but it's like, you don't want to, if we were to throw a big yellow sunflower in there, and I'm speaking to love sunflowers and yellow flowers, but if Kat was to put that on her wall right now, it would look out of place. So as you gather stuff, that's why I love how she's like, she just had all this crap laying around. I was designing my wall before I put it all up, actually, because I did 4 walls where Kat did 1.
Yeah.
Except for my stolen wreaths up there, where I know where to find them. So it's about finding like the thing that you truly love, and then finding other things that match to it. I've been redoing my office since July of last year. And I have one small little part of it left to do, but it takes a while. Also, don't try to like rush into it, because you know what? You'll buy shit that you're not super happy with, and you'll be like, I wish I would have waited, because now this thing is perfect. Just send your vibes out into the universe to ask for the things that you want on your witchy spaces, within your wall, whatever you're looking for. And it's going to send you a link, a place, a price that fits with what you need right then. You don't have to buy shit that you truly don't want, because that's what'll end up happening if you try to force it.
Well, and I bought some things, like there were couple things that didn't go up on the wall, and a couple like frames that were too big
Gold
that I
stuff,
took back, like gold stuff that I took back because it was a little too much gold, and I was just like, it doesn't feel that. But also,
So keep your receipts.
This is a big wall because like, I don't know, was that a 6-foot dining room table goes across this wall right here?
That's got to be like 8.
So anyway, it's a big dining room
it's bigger
table
than
because
me.
this is my dining room space. So this is a big wall. So you may have like a much smaller space, and you can do this literally. You can do this anywhere. You can
Any
pick
spaces.
Yeah, any space that you have, you can use the same sort of process for getting there. And I think the really important thing too is how it sort of. So I would not have put things on the wall like this. I actually had to have Jamie help me because I'm like, I'm too like I told you, like corporate chick, and everything's got to be lined up and spaced and justified and all that shit. When you've been writing corporate letters for 30 years, you're like, I can't do it.
Well, that's what her old wall looked like, right? All the pictures were hung in like alignment. She probably used one of those laser things to make sure they were all equally spaced.
I did do that. And it's just like, when you've been doing that for so long, it's hard to get out of that habit.
Yeah.
So I had to actually have her help me so that things could overlap,
Yeah.
which I couldn't have done that on my own. So that's something I think that's important. The way that this is sort of crowded together, I think part of it is the beauty and the sort of chaos and the like witchy, like I do what I want.
They're all friends. Look at them. They're all holding hands. Kind of. I mean, most of them. There's like, you could draw a line where everything connects through them. And if you do that, you've got it close enough together.
Yeah.
I mean, you could keep adding stuff in there. It'd be little things, but I mean, honestly,
there's still a little bit of room, and the shelf, the shelf that I have over there could use some other things on it.
Yeah,
but that'll
She's not quite done with that yet.
Over time that'll come together, and I might add. I've got some space up there, but the important thing is to not have all the same shapes. So not a whole bunch of circles and not a whole bunch of squares. Have different shapes. It looks. I don't know if I want to say it looks better.
Textures. Like these are the big things, and I told Kat about this. So we've got golds on here that are not all the same shiny type of golds. They have different textures within the golds, so they're all in the same color scheme, but they're not the same pattern, and they're not exactly the same color. Matchy matchy is not the game here. It's not matchy matchy time. It's kind of like a little chaos, a little creativity, a little.
Well, I think you can think of like if you just threw a bunch of wildflower seeds in your garden and all those flowers popped up and they were like all these different colors and they were all mixed together and stuff. Although this is the darker version of that.
I'm sure we can get these colors in wildflowers. I think so. Besides the mirror. Yeah. The inspiration piece is key. Start with that. Find something that you truly, truly love, every single piece of it. Build off of that one piece. Do not get anything that looks too similar. That's the key. And then when you're thinking about stuff, love the color and you're like, this shape is weird, this texture is weird, add it anyways, because once it gets up there with everything else, it's going to look amazing.
I'm just stepping out so you can have the floor for a minute so they can see the back. I wanted to be able to see the wall more and not be blocking the view.
I'm blocking the view. What do you mean? What am I supposed to do? Listen, we really wanted to make this video super fun, super fast, just something to get you guys inspired that hopefully when you walk into your spaces in your home, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, wherever it is that you spend time, that you want to walk in and feel like inspired, in touch, like it's a part of you. You chose all these things. Decorating like this is what really helps with that. You walk into a space and you feel the vibe of it. Like that's what I wrote in the description, because now that I have people at my place where I've redone my office, it is a complete vibe to walk in there. And I love having people in there because I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what I did. And now watching Kat's wall go from OCD IKEA to something much more witchy that actually fits her personality, right?
Yeah, for sure. That wall was up for about 3.5 years, maybe. I did that over. It was about 3.5 years,
and it was nice. No, I mean it was nice.
It looked good. I mean, it wouldn't have anything crappy.
Fine.
It looked fine, but you
it's
change in time. You change over that. And so over that 3.5 years, I've evolved as a witch.
Yeah.
You know, I've been here with all of you for 3.5 years, as a matter of fact. And so things have changed around my house, and my decorations reflect that. And I think as witches, that's sort of what happens. Like maybe when we first come into this, we're like, okay, I have a crystal and
like
a candle. I got a little candle and I got a crystal and I got a bundle of sage, and that's it. And then that starts to grow into this much bigger thing. And all of a sudden you've got wreaths and brooms and just all of this weird. You're just like, you see things out, especially when there are sales or you're like shopping, you're like, oh my God, look at that wreath. Or look at, I actually made, for a while I was making wreaths. I thought I'd sell them on Etsy, but I never did.
Your little fairy dolls.
I made fairy dolls for a little while.
Ooh,
you know, just some artsy craftsy stuff.
Boom.
So anyway, should we look at our comments and see? Because I think that's kind of like really.
I know, it's just a
pretty
really
much-
fast video of
it's-
like, get more witchy in your decor.
Yeah. So
Allow
do you
yourself to
have?
go
So we're going to
free.
read through the comments, but if you have any questions, if anyone has any questions, you know, about anything, we're happy to answer them. Or you know, we'll come over
Give
and
you
do a
ideas.
consult at your house if you want.
Yeah, we'll just fly around the U.S. to wherever you guys are and be like,
Well, we can
"That's all of
do it. We can
you."
do a Zoom thing,
That's
right?
true.
We
Okay,
can do-
yeah. That's so much more. Yes, I gave up Zoom. I said
okay.
to Zoom.
I'm kidding about that, but
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea, actually.
Listen, I would love that.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I
would-
used
it
to
would
do
be
with feng
super-
shui. I
it would
mean, I
be
used to go to people's houses.
It would
and,
be super fun.
yes.
Okay.
All right, we're going to say hi to you guys now because we've been entertaining ourselves with walking around and feeling weird about having all of our legs on camera tonight. I want to say hi to Linda, Brianna, which is still hard for me. I have to question myself. I love her so much.
We like Brianna.
Bree. Yes, we got to do a thing for that. Tracy, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for your boot. Nobody knows what that means, but then Raven. Hi, Raven. Oh my gosh. Then, okay, I have to do the scroll guy. Nikki, hi. And oh my gosh, none of your business.
Linda
So
wants
cute.
us.
Love it.
Linda wants us to come to her house anytime. So
Yes. Linda, do you live here? Don't you live here or like in Inglewood or something? Aren't you close?
tell us. It's your clothes. Yeah.
Dude. I know. Okay, so this summer, you know, you guys know we always take off a little bit more time in summer so we can do other stuff. So please use our email if you're local and you want to get together, or I mean local within an hour, hour and a half, whatever. 7greensisters@gmail.com, like all spelled out. We're gonna do witchy gatherings, and it's probably not gonna be on YouTube because then that like we could have some people show up that we might not want to, like people who don't believe the moon is real. But yes, please email us.
Breatharians.
Kat has built a goddess circle.
Oh my gosh, I'm
in
building
her garden. You guys, we need like at least 13 witches to show up to fill all the seats that are in here.
So I'll tell you about the goddess circle. I had an above ground pool in there. It was here when I bought my house. And, you know, it was all right, but I never really got in it because I can't get my dog in it because it's got a ladder, blah, blah, blah.
Crazy ladder.
Big, crazy ladder. Can't get the dog in it. And besides, Jamie's got a great pool at her house, so I would just go over there. So finally, I was like, I'm so done with this pool. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. And after the guy took it out, I didn't realize that there was white sand under it. And Jamie came over and she's like, oh my God, that's quartz sand. That's not even
quartz sand.
That's quartz sand. So it's
not
white
fill
sand. It's not like the dirt sand that we have here.
It's the kind that never gets hot.
So it's kind of cool. So I'm like, this is going to be my goddess circle. So I'm like, I'm planting flowers all over around of it. It was a house. What did house the pool equipment.
Yeah.
I took all the doors and everything off of it, and now it's a pergola, and I'm like going to grow stuff and put lights on it.
It's so nice.
Anyway, and it would be just like so cool to have witches over here on a full moon and do some stuff.
Or a new moon because the stars are amazing.
New moon, yeah, stars are amazing. And
it's about 13 seats, so we'll just like send out the invites, or you guys, hit us up on email or something so we can get together.
Nobody's business wants us to do a video on the goddess circle.
Hey, we should. Kat's been working so hard on that, you guys. Oh my gosh, like. Ooh, I can't remember yesterday. Why the hell does she got white shorts on digging in the dirt? I was like, Mom, you're wearing white. You know that, right? She goes, it's what I had on. So she's working really hard on getting the flowers planted, setting the intention for the circle. There's only 4 seats in it right now, but we're like, that's just to set up the space to see how many we can hold. And I'm telling you, it's 13. I think we can get 13 witches in there, which is a magical number of the moon. She got dry throat from talking.
I'm sorry, something went down my throat.
Down your throat.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, something went down my throat. I did that. It's not really working. I don't know what it is. I might have swallowed a gnat or a no-see-um.
You saw a bug.
A no-see-um. If you're from Florida,
No-see-um go down your throat.
if you're from Florida, you know what no-see-ums are. You
No.
don't see them and they bite you. So,
All
anyway.
right. Listen, which is that we wanted to keep this short, sweet, and fun. The whole purpose of this was just to help you get into
get inspired.
Get inspired.
Get inspired to
Make your
change.
space your own.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck everybody with all their opinions. Like, just do it the way you want to do it, and then let everybody know. And honestly, besides probably her wreath that has the star in it, that is definitely more of a pentacle. It's witchy, but nobody would be like, "Are you a witch? What? No, the word is cottagecore, and they can look that up on Pinterest, and then you could be like, I'm not a witch, I'm cottagecore, if you're worried about that sort of thing.
Yeah, if you have to keep it in the kind of on the down low right now because of your situation, or where you live, or who you live with, or your neighbors, or the kids, and your moms come over and they're judgy McJudgies stuff, So
I love it. All of my husband's family, 3 or 4 years ago, they're like, no, we know you're a witch. I was like, what? Wait, what? You do? You know, and you're okay. I was like, I guess I don't have anything to be worried about. So then I really let loose on everything. And
she let loose. It's all over her house.
It's all over my house. You can't not know. You can't not know now. It's fine. It's good.
Okay. So that's really that's what we have for you guys tonight. So thank you. This is a really short live this week, which is good. Oh, by the way, I missed her while she was gone. I'm sure you guys did too. It's been 2 weeks since we did a live because she took off on a vacation to go to Scotland.
Woo. Scotland was amazing.
Can we quickly talk about how the Beltane Festival was kind of a disappointment?
It's okay.
So just for a minute.
I'm going to do another video on this, but you guys are here now and you might be wondering. I went to Beltane in Scotland, which is the big thing, right? They have the Beltane organization that's there. They do a thing. It's a great organization. As a witch going there, you sort of expected there would be involvement, there would be stories, there would just be more interaction, and it was really more like a silent show that you just watched from outside of metal barriers. That's it. I'm going to do an entire video on it and all of my recordings that went with it. The show wasn't bad, but if you didn't know what was supposed to be happening, you're lost. You're no idea. The program was not well set, so you didn't know what was happening where. It's on top of a hill, and basically everything goes in a circle, and every 30 to 40 minutes, the May Queen is moving around. But I got really lucky. I talked to a guy who performed in it for 10 years, so he really gave me the down low on everything that was happening, and that was the only way that I was able to keep up with the show, because otherwise there were people walking around in crazy costumes. There was just shit going on. You're like, but what does this have to do with Beltane? I don't get it.
So I really envisioned Beltane as a Beltane festival as witchy,
immersive.
Witches, immersive, and all these witches and witches and dancing around a big bonfire.
That's
what I thought.
Sport.
They either half naked or in flowing clothes with flower crowns and all that stuff. And it was not like that. It was watch all these people walk around in weird clothing and weird outfits and
silent. The weird thing there was so much silence. Nobody was talking. Nobody was telling you the storyline of you're at this specific place while they're performing and nobody's talking, and they're kind of walking around like zombies or something. You're like, what are they supposed to be doing? I don't know. Everybody's dressed different and odd, and you don't know what they're doing. And it's like, what is happening? Luckily, I brought an entire bottle of whiskey with me because I was in Scotland. We in America would call that Scotch, but in Scotland, you call it just whiskey. So I was able to start feeling good and not give a damn what was going on. That's what I did.
All right. So that was a little recap on what happened while she was away for 2 weeks. Yeah. And I didn't do anything or get anything done. And we're so glad to be back, at least for a little while. We'll probably take off sometime this summer, but we don't know when.
I know.
We have 2 more lives at this point, right? Scheduled right now.
2 or 3 or 4.
2 or 3. Yeah.
It's till June, I think.
Yeah. But at some point over the
probably
summer,
July.
July will
Probably July will
probably take off. But
I want you guys to
but
know
we're always available if you need
Yeah.
us. 7 Green Sisters, all spelled out, at gmail.com. If you need anything, want anything, want us to talk about something, if there's if there's something you're like want to know about, we might be able to make a whole episode about it. So let us know what you think.
a whole video. And I've been recording videos on my own with some small stuff, so you guys can start expecting them on Tuesday, and I will have that going till at least the end of June, and then we'll probably take a break.
And we just want to
That's
say
what's
thank
up
you
in
so
our
much
world. Yes.
for following us, being with us, being our witch friends. We love you so much.
We can feel your love from here. Absolutely.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely.
All right.
All
We
right.
will see you guys next week. Next week's numerology, right?
I think so.
That should be fun. Bring all the birthdays of the people you like or don't like, and we're gonna have a great time with that.
Numerology, a fun party trick. So
Yeah.
so bring your birthdays.
It's gonna be like serious, but not too serious. We're gonna have fun with it. So if you want to talk shit a little bit, this is the one to do it on. We can really spill some beans on some stuff. So we're gonna need you guys to be here with the birthdays, and then it's gonna be a heavy message reading type thing so that we know who we need to talk about. All right, we will see you guys next week. Mwah! Bye.